All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game, Night Elf versus Human, MisterWinner versus Starshaped. This game taking place here on Shallow Grave 1.5. Starshaped spawning as that blue Night Elf player on the top left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, MisterWinner spawning as the yellow human. All right, feels a little strange to be casting late at night. Um, a little bit more strange realizing that I'm using this casting voice that I've been told also sounds like late night late night jazz music DJ back in the day, and I'm trying to like not funnel that, like trying to tell some jokes and whatnot, but it seems to be like slipping out and sneaking out from time to time. Green light ring. Good to see you again as well. Thank you for tuning in, and for all you guys out there, however you may be watching, however you may be listening, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And there it came back again, that jazz DJ. Wow, maybe I should just like stumble a little bit more to and have a smile on my face, and maybe that will solve the problem. Anyways, Mr. Winner opening things up with an Archmage, and will be going up against a Starshaped Demon Hunter. I don't know if you are new to patch 1.35. If you are, well, you may be surprised to see the Demon Hunter actually choosing Immolation as that first ability. Immolation did get reworked significantly and now is very, very effective and mana efficient at dishing out damage. With that said, the Demon Hunter is able to creep out a little bit more quickly, and then on top of it, can retrain at level 4 and level 5 to get access to that mana burn. That seems to be the process as of late, as the Demon Hunter now going to be making its way out here. Coming back on the south side, we can see the Archmage doing great work trying to take down this Renegade Wizard creep camp here, purposely placing the Water Elemental a little bit later, and then making a Footman get the first attack, or a Militia get the first attack on that Renegade Wizard to dodge or mitigate that Purge. Typical first heroes, Archmage and Demon Hunter. That's a pretty good start. Yeah, but the question is going to be what the first ability is going to be from Starshaped, whether it will be mana burn or even evasion, but evasion isn't really a true sign of what's going on. Is it going to be mana burn or immolation to try and start these games here? All right, he is in evasion mode first, going after the rogue wizard, trying to be much more efficient with that mana. What this allows the demon hunter to do is dodge quite a few attacks, and by dodging those attacks, he's not going to be draining moonwells as much. Starshaped actually going for the classic tried and true back from 2002. Yes, the game has been around that long. Or is it even 2001? 2001? No, 2002. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this rogue right there. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It was my sophomore year in college that I got access to the beta of WarCraft 3. Wow, back in those days, there was a lot of play balance and play issues. There's something called Goblin Mines. So it was basically similar to a spider mine that you would get in StarCraft, and it was an item that was dropped when you crept. And if you got those, like, you could just lay those spider mines or those goblin mines inside your opponent's base where they are mining, and then suddenly all of their workers would be dead, and they would also splash the building as well. You could sometimes even take down your opponent's town hall or tree of life before the game really got going. So much so that if you said in chat, "I got Spider-Man's," the other player might even leave the game. 2002 was my birth year. Green light ring. All right, so this game's been around longer or just as long, if not longer, than you have been, Green Light Ring. So that shows me how old I really am. Thanks. Coming back around, back to the south side here, Human, actually going to go after the Sasquatch Creep Camp, already sitting at level 3. Demon Hunter going to come across, get a mana burn, but only get 13 damage across as the Archmage drops a Water Elemental in time. That Water Elemental can be doing a little bit of damage. Footmen, however, do not have Defend and can end up taking quite a bit of damage from the archers and that Forest Troll Berserker. You can see those volleys really landing on those targets. And now we are looking at a Naga Sea Witch coming in from Starshaped as that secondary support hero. All right, with the help of those cold arrows and focus fires from those archers, we are going to be seeing a lot of these units just constantly fall. There goes an illusion. Cold arrows should stop or significantly slow down this water elemental. If it wasn't already slow, it is now very slow and will give even more experience again. Naga Sea Witch also being picked up from MisterWinner as well. No boots of speed being transferred over. Well, because the Archmage doesn't have boots of speed, and we'll see where these units will perhaps go next. Pureup of Vitality, Gloves of Haste on that Naga Sea Witch should be able to launch a good number of cold arrows. Just needs to find a target to apply it and then perhaps try and pick apart the army as they slowly retreat away. Archmage really aggressive, going after a Rock Golem creep camp here, using a Wand of Illusion charge to try and absorb a little bit of damage. That Rock Golem will get taken down. That is Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead could be used here to try and clear out the rest of the creep camp, and this is actually a little bit of a lucky break, I believe, for MisterWinner. MisterWinner didn't have enough units to really clear out this creep camp here, and picking up a consumable item to clear out the remainder of this creep camp, which normally would have been too difficult for him, was a bit of a lucky break as he got a lot of experience. Meanwhile, Starshaped will be getting level 2 on the Naga Sea Witch as well, as we see True Shot Aura on that Demon Hunter. Archmage not going to be coming back around, going after this Rock Golem as well. We are looking at some illusions. Archmage could be dropping in another Water Elemental here in just a moment, trying to rack up a little bit of damage. There's a couple of illusions. This Water Elemental about to get taken down. A new Water Elemental being placed down as well, as the summoned Skeletal Archers are racking up quite a bit of damage. While absorbing quite a bit of damage and also dishing it out. All of that Frost Armor not slowing the attacks of all of these range units, but still mitigating some of that damage with +3 armor. Human has a Naga Sea Witch of his own. Usually human players have a Mountain King as second hero, right? Yes, that usually is the case, but we'll see what MisterWinner does with this Naga Sea Witch. Normally human players want the ability, or players in general want the ability to slow down enemy units. If you're able to slow down enemy units, you're able to do a very good divide and conquer if you can force your opponent to flee. That is the reason why Orc Raiders work so well. It is the reason why the Lich's Frost Nova is so deadly. It is the reason why Cyclone works so well for Night Elf players. Whenever your opponent tries to flee, if you're able to slow down 1 or 2 units, well, it either forces them to fight in an unfavorable position, or it allows you to take 2 or 3 units out very, very quickly. Mountain King's Stormbolt doesn't last nearly as long and is perhaps a little bit more mana intensive, as well, as it needs 75 mana, as opposed to, say, the Naga Sea Witch's Cold Arrow, which only needs 6 mana. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, Demon Hunter now, well, teleporting behind these Moonwells. We are already at Tree of Eternity and getting mastery training for these Druids of the Claw who want to go into, well, literal beast mode and be able to deal more damage. While in their druid form, they do very little damage and have very little hit points. In their beast/bear mode, they're able to do much, much more. Coming back down to the south side here, we are getting level 1 leather armor upgrades. That means that we are going to be getting more armor for these riflemen. So it is definitely going to be rifle caster as from the army of MisterWinner. Meanwhile, we're still looking at Druids of the Claw. One Druid of the Claw actually still in Druid form, able to get some rejuvenations off as well, as both sides are going to be looking to engage, trying to perhaps use a little bit of that range. The Water Elementals need to get into that frontline position, as Militia now joining in from the south side here, perhaps going to try to set up a few towers. And one thing I never really understood is if you are going to invest Militia in the fight, why not just bring in some ivory towers as well? And it is better than trying to speed build any towers, and you still have those peasants there ready to go. Archmage continuing the dance back and forth. Naga Sea Witch here. There's that Water Elemental in that frontline spot. Purge going down, or dispelling of that slow, as we're looking at a single Druid of the Claw taking a single Fork Lightning Staff for preservation. Wisp now trying to detonate along the backside here, perhaps trying to remove the mana from those priests. Another quick detonation onto the Demon Hunter stops him from getting sucked up into that cyclone, as this scout tower is nowhere near done. Footman trying to engage here. We're looking at Orb of Venom on that Naga Sea Witch, able to get in some shots as well, some damage over time, as the Priest now looking to retreat back. 57 supply compared to 52. One peasant getting easily taken down there, as the Naga Sea Witch unable to catch up to that low hit point Druid of the Claw. One Druid of the Claw, however, not as lucky, as the Footman now trying to dive away from the Demon Hunter. Low hit point units abound all over the place, as the Archmage looking to take down this Druid of the Claw. One more shot would have done it. Archer is now getting taken down as well. And there you have it, a tactical retreat by MisterWinner. We're going to see perhaps a scroll of regeneration used quickly here, and then a rinse and a repeat on this strategy. No scroll of regeneration, surprisingly enough. This Footman, is he still trying to, no, it looked like he was still trying to attack the Priest here. Priest are at adept training, and perhaps there's enough Priest to, not require the use of a scroll of regeneration, as all of these units can heal back up easily. Back off to the north, Demon Hunter is at 4, Naga Sea Witch is at 3. We are looking at rejuvenation going across all of these units as the Druids of the Claw make their way out. A tower rush, I think we've seen this before. No tower rush. One single tower. Well, see, there's a difference between a tower rush and towering your and trying to tower your opponent. Trying to tower your opponent at the 9 or 10 minute mark of a game is not really a tower rush, and I really don't. Well, it's not where you're really sacrificing very much. Building towers in your opponent's base while your units are there as well. That is a sign that you want to try and force your opponent into an engagement, because they know if they don't try and defend immediately, it's just going to get harder and harder. Ogre Lord getting focused down quickly here. Hood of Cunning on that Naga Sea Witch, getting +5 agility and intelligence, exactly what the Naga Sea Witch wants. Faster attack speed and more damage as well, as those units are all getting picked off. Naga Sea Witch already up to 555 hit points. A lot of riflemen with 2-1 upgrades, and we do not see a tech to tier 3 or level 2 armor upgrades as of yet. 60 over 60 compared to 58 over 60 in this human versus night elf matchup. Both players on one base, and well, pretty much every single creep camp on the map has now been cleared. Manual of Health picked up by that Demon Hunter. There goes that last unit there. Transferring of some items. We are looking at War Song, Battle Drums, and a True Shot Aura. All of these units getting a significant damage bonus. All of the range units getting a little bit more, with the Druids of the Claw benefiting from as well. Even without their Roar, they're already at +3 damage, as the Druids of the Claw are getting taken down here. All right, there's some rejuvenations across the board. Is the Druid of the Claw perhaps going to try and use a Roar first? No, it does not. Mana burn onto a Naga Sea Witch. Both sides fighting their way through, as the Druids of the Claw are getting focused down. The Rifleman able to focus down targets pretty quickly and going to take down another Druid of the Claw there. Demon Hunter gets up to level 5. And what we're looking at is Bears and Riflemen getting cleaned up, which is just, well, giving more experience to the other units here. Low hit point Rifleman joining in on the battle. One down. Another one could easily get taken down as well. Mana burn onto a Priest as well, as damage is racking up. There's a Fork Lightning, but dodging is that low hit point Rifleman, still able to survive. Staff of Preservation, I believe, saves a low hit point Bear, as we're still looking at more engagement here. Demon Hunter in that front line spot, still looking strong. Naga Sea Witch trying to apply some damage here. Are we perhaps going to see some mana burn? Naga Sea Witch uses the Scroll of Town Portal, will end up surviving. Is the Naga Sea Witch going to try and Fork Lightning any of these units in retreat? No, she is not, as it is a tactical retreat there. Level 5, level 4, going up against level 5, level 4. As the Druids of the Claw come back out onto the battlefield, Starshaped is a little bit worse for wear after that battle. 39 over 70 supply compared to 47 over 66. MisterWinner has been using these range tactics to try and maintain a supply advantage, or a damage output advantage, as the Bears are just constantly trying to get closer. Both sides now looking into every corner of the map, looking for potential creeps to clear. But we, with our bird's eye view, know that there are no more creeps available anywhere. You need to go straight up and engage your opponent. back down to the south here, we are still not looking at any additional upgrades as we're already maxed out 2-2 on the Rifleman. Meanwhile, Druids of the Claw still sitting at 0-0. Archers still sitting at 0-0. Just getting, well, doesn't even have the range upgrades on these archers from the Ancient of War. So we may be transitioning away from those archers. Riflemen actually outclassing those archers in term of range. Both sides fighting their way through. There's a Fork Lightning going down. Druids of the Claw trying to retreat back. There's some more Fork Lightning heading back across as well. As well, unit after unit could end up getting taken down. Starshaped, Staff to Preservation for the save. Dual Water Elementals here. Dryad's going to try and abolish magic them down, but they are level 3 variety, meaning that they are much more difficult to finish off. Fork Lightning coming back across. More Water Elementals dropping into position here. We are looking at level 3 Water Elementals instead of level 3 Brilliance Aura, which we have sometimes seen from human players as of late. Rifleman continuing to battle it up against all of these units. Demon Hunter finds a mana burn onto a priest as well, and not being able to heal nearly as much as the water elementals could get abolished down here, but they are still, the Dryads still not having enough mana. I don't see any expansions yet. Yeah, no expansions yet. Both sides still playing off of one base. But I am surprised that MisterWinner, who is only, Starshaped, who is sitting on only one base and sitting at tier 3, hasn't tried to set up an expansion yet. That expansion would translate into higher tier units, as Starshape's Demon Hunter has just been going to town and mana burning after all of the casters, and then finishing them off as well. 48 supply compared to 40, but Starshape is still a little bit worse for wear, as MisterWinner does another tactical retreat, and as long as he is trading efficiently, he may be able to just win out. We are looking at all of these Moonwells, 3 of the 5 Moonwells pretty much, or 6 Moonwells pretty much empty, and we're looking at Druids of the Claw perhaps going to try and rejuvenate and make their way back out onto the battlefield. There's a Scroll of Regeneration. MisterWinner wants to come back over the top, try and close the door out on this game, using regeneration while keeping the sorceresses and priest mana nicely topped off. 2-2 upgrades also definitely helping here, as MisterWinner may try and pick up a Scroll of Healing or Potion of Lesser Invulnerability before following up with this next attack. Naga Sea Witch sitting at level 4, nearly at level 5 as well. Starshape's Naga Sea Witch also has Mana Shield as a possibility to try and absorb a little bit of damage if Focus Fire gets there. Russell Spruits, thank you for the sub, as we're coming now back around here. Archmage going to go ahead and get ready to engage, perhaps put some pressure on to these units. There's a mana burn, but only for 8 damage, as the Naga Sea Witch going to get into position once more. Rejuvenation onto that Demon Hunter will get him back up to full. How's the baby? Well, the baby is now 3, so I don't know if you can consider her a baby any longer, as the Sorceress is now taking some big damage again. Water Elemental, damage over time from both the slow poison and that Orb of Venom. You can see that damage really taking a big chunk of health out of that Water Elemental in pretty much no time flat. MisterWinner currently sitting in low upkeep. This is a problem. 7 gold a second compared to 10. That is a 30% drop in gold harvesting for human, as we see a big deny on that Water Elemental there. All right, Starshaped also going into low upkeep now. He knows that he needs to have equal size army if he's going to be able to trade efficiently. Demon Hunter constantly just finding targets to mana burn, and then allowing the Naga Sea Witch to Staff of Preservation the Demon Hunter back home. Oh wow, I watched your YouTube a few months ago, didn't realize how dated it was. Yep, things like that happen. All right, coming back around, we're looking at mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch down to 0, or pretty much down to 0 mana, getting back up to level 5. A bear has ended up falling. Starshaped going to lose another bear there. That is going to be some big problems, losing bear. 60 supply compared to 42, as the Naga Sea Witch of MisterWinner now trying to retreat away, actually taking a little bit of damage from that Ancient of Lore. Could get attacked again, as we're looking at more Staff of Preservation. All right, Druids of the Claw trying to flank in from all the other sides. Archmage doesn't have enough mana. Another bear gets taken down, and MisterWinner living up to his name right now, playing a great game. And now, are we going to be looking at perhaps a Scroll of Regeneration across all of these units? Yes. What, did he use it yet? He needs to use it. Hasn't used it. Is he going to use it? No. There's a bunch of low hit point units all over the place. And is he finally going to use it? Yes, he does. All right. Allow those priests to regenerate their mana slowly but surely. Perhaps auto heal the lowest hit point rifleman as the demon hunter going to come across here. Archmage does have mass teleport instead of level 3 brilliance aura. The riflemen are still outranging all of those, the archers that were there. And we're still looking at a follow-up here. 600 range riflemen compared to 500 range Naga Sea Witch. Those cold arrows making it difficult for this demon hunter to try and retreat back. Cold arrow after cold arrow, staff of preservation, as the demon hunter is going to live to fight again another day. Meanwhile, Starshaped is still, only has 19 seconds left of mining left. Tree of Eternity does not have Nature's Blessing, is not going to be able to root itself all the way over as the Demon Hunter gets level 6 off of, an offering of a level 3 water elemental. That is the last thing you want to see. You scouting with a level 3 water elemental, seeing it be nearly instantly dispelled by a bunch of dryads, and then see level 6 on a demon hunter who now has access to metamorphosis. Doesn't look like the bases have any static defense either. What are these guys doing? They're using their armies to try and engage. Mass teleport can go inbound, but a big abolish magic again, preventing that mass teleport from fully connecting and wasting precious mana off of MisterWinner. These guys are amateur level, or I would call them semi-pro. I would call myself amateur, right? Like, Starshaped, I would call Starshaped semi-pro. But that's all just semantics. Demon Hunter, looking to test the waters there. Going to go ahead and try and engage. There's a mana burn on the Archmage right before it got up to 125. Beautifully done. Keeping track of that Archmage's mana. Rejuvenation onto the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter also has access to that Metamorphosis and a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Is he going to try and engage? Rejuvenation still trying to heal up much of that damage. Staff of Preservation saving some units in the back. There's another mana burn again. And now going into that Metamorphosis mode. Going after those units. 58 supply compared to 44. Is the Demon Hunter and Metamorphosis going to be enough? Naga Sea Witch fighting alongside all of those Moonwells, getting healed back up pretty quickly, and could have access to Mana Shield as well, as we're looking at a mass teleport by that Archmage in order to get away. Fighting directly next to 3 nearly full Moonwells was hazardous for MisterWinner, as MisterWinner just couldn't really take on the army, even though he had more. Add in the fact that the Demon Hunter was, so strong and over the top with that Metamorphosis, able to splash that chaos damage and also apply that Orb of Venom damage over time. Archmage sitting at level 6 now, could try and mass teleport back in. Naga Sea Witch having a potion of healing. Priests now making their way back over. Now, if MisterWinner can make this game go long, he has the benefit of Brilliance Aura, which will allow, mana being the only resource you can continue to gather to really take hold. Meanwhile, though, while mana is recovering, the Demon Hunter's Metamorphosis' cooldown is coming to an end soon, and in 100 seconds we may see a Metamorphosis again. Wisp now trying to make their way over, perhaps get some detonations on, but unable to hit that target, as we are looking at the Tree of Light, or Tree of Eternity, getting saved there, as we see a Scroll of Town Portal inbound for all of these units. All right, or was that? No, that was just a Staff of Preservation to get that Demon Hunter back home. 75 seconds before we look at that Metamorphosis again. A lot of these units, however, Sorceress wants to apply that slow and does apply that slow right there. Are we going to see a mana burn onto that Sorceress? Yes, it does. And now getting taken down. Another Staff of Preservation could be in use as the Demon Hunter looking to retreat back. All right, Demon Hunter taking a little bit of damage. Are we going to see another Fork Lightning going down, picking off another Rifleman there as Starshaped starting to really show his true colors as the armies get smaller. There goes an Abolish Magic Mana Burn onto the Archmage right as he was about to try and cast another Water Elemental. Again, Staff of Preservation for the save. 30 supply compared to 37. Both sides really racking up quite a bit of damage here as both sides, Rifleman could get taken down. Demon Hunter, is it going to be able to get any more damage? Finishing off unit after unit. Demon Hunter has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. That Rifleman somehow still surviving after all this time as the Demon Hunter needs to find a way to get healed back up. Rejuvenation not working out well. There's a full Moonwell in the back, but that has not been a part of this as we are looking at Starshaped looking to get to level or waiting another 10 seconds for that Metamorphosis. Demon Hunter down to 387 hit points, continuing to fight their way through. Could try to get another round of attacks, and Demon Hunter down to 205 hit points. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability is right there. Demon Hunter down to 84. Going to go ahead and Staff of Preservation. And where does it Staff of Preservation to? Staff of Preservation's off over here. It is not back at home. And now drinks up that Moonwell again. Things have not been going well for MisterWinner at all. The Fork Lightning and the playing next to these Moonwells have really taken a toll on all of MisterWinner's units. He has not been able to heal up, and the sudden burst damage of not only that Fork Lightning, but also that mana burn on those casters has caused a problem. All right, are we going to see a Fork Lightning there? Yes, we are. And, well, the Rifleman and Priest both end up falling. MisterWinner down to a 12 supply army compared to Starshaped's 20. 2 Dryads and 1 Druid of the Claw, with perhaps that Tree of Eternity making its way off to the corner. Demon Hunter now going to be diving on in. Does have Metamorphosis. I believe this game is pretty much going to be over. There's a Mana Burn right there. Abolish Magic onto the Water Elemental. Water Elemental should easily get taken down. Here we are. What exactly is the Demon Hunter doing? Another Mana Burn. How many times have we seen MisterWinner's Archmage get Mana Burn for 120-something mana? It's been that much there as we see a Fork Lightning finishing off both level 6 and level 5 heroes. Beautifully done, beautifully played by Starshaped, never really giving up. MisterWinner had an advantage going into some of those fights. I believe overall he actually had a higher army at one point or many points throughout the game, but Starshaped out microing his opponent, fighting efficiently and using those Moonwells effectively gave him the edge in some of those critical battles and ultimately the win. Let me know if you think my analysis was correct. Hope you guys watched it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.